Okay, Caroline Wozniacki has beaten Samantha Halep in the women's Australian Open final. It's great to see a new name on the trophy, and it's also great that she's the first ever Dane to do it. And her comeback story from being 74th in the world a year and a half ago to now is amazing. So it's a bit of an underdog story, really, and a feel-good story. And with women's sport this week being in the headlines for all the wrong reasons again, and it's to do with the welfare of the athletes, and it's to do with governing bodies' failures, and it's to do and it's for once we see a female athlete do really well, and she's done it on merit, and there's no nastiness. It's a good news story, and I feel women's sport doesn't get the recognition it does deserve, because when it does get in the press, it's for the wrong reasons. And you look at the US gymnastics scandal, and you look at the Phil Neville England management appointment for the England women's team. They haven't been, the press have had a field day with them. This is a good news story for women's sport. She had to do it in 3 sets. So it was a 3-setter. Both players are the top 2 players, women's players in the world at the moment by ranking. So it's gone to the form book. It has. If you were a betting man or woman, you went down the bookies. It is gone to the form book, and so we'll have to see how Cilic and Federer get on tomorrow. The conditions had a part to play in the final, from what I read. Humidity and heat have been a problem out in the Australian Open this year. I haven't done many videos on the Australian Open, but the amount of players struggling with the heat and humidity has, and even when Djokovic is saying this is a problem, that has been a talking point. The heat and humidity was also a talking point in the Rugby League World Cup, but for different reasons, and that's team sport. So that has been an issue, and it has been highlighted. Then on the same token, she played the conditions well, and she played her opponent well. And she has had a bit of a fairy tale story from being 74th in the world and badly injured and getting back to world number 1. And she now is world number 1 women's tennis. So that's a great story in itself. So a lot has happened. We've obviously, Ioana Konto is Britain's number 1 women's tennis player at the moment, and I think the press are putting a lot of pressure on her. And negative so, and it's not, and you've got to get her try, but she's doing her best. She's regularly getting in, doing well in single tournaments, and we have to give her the benefit of the doubt. It's not as easy, being a pro tennis player as people make out. Carl Edmund's been another great story at this Australian Open. So Andy Murray be where he's got someone actually now giving him that challenge in men's tennis, but women's tennis, Wozniacki winning, that's a great story. It is a great story, and it's a positive story. And it's a story that women's sport needs, is some positive news. We've had a lot of negative headlines in various sports for various reasons, and now we have a positive story. A good feel-good story, because so far the last, I would say, 18 months, women's sport has been dragged through the gutter for various reasons, be it actual athletes themselves misbehaving, or coaches misbehaving, or really misbehaving in US gymnastics. When I say misbehaving, committing serious crimes that I don't want to give airtime to. I really don't. They are vile, and I hope he does die in prison. To mismanagement. This is a good news story. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Wozniacki has beaten Halep. If either one of them won, it would have been a great story, because it would be their first win in a Grand Slam final as well for either player, and it's great to see a new name on a trophy, and it's great to see women's tennis get more competitive now. 10 years ago it wasn't as competitive. Now it's getting more competitive. More people are having a go at getting to finals. They're actually getting close to getting to finals. Contra is part of that story. The dominance of the Williams sisters is finally coming to an end. And it's great to see Wozniacki get back to at least in the top 10, and now she's in world number 1 again, and she's battled through injury, and she almost gave up the sport, and so to see her win is great. Anyway, it's a feel-good story, and I think more women's sports should be highlighted in the feel-good story way, and the positive aspects, because I mentioned the issues with grassroots girls sport and women's sport. This is one of the reasons that we encourage people to play. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place comments below. I will have some more videos for you soon.